Welcome, Twisted viewers, to another Twisted Tuesday. In this Twisted Halloween special, Morticia is a scientist who is trying to create the perfect human and creates something far worse, something that threatens the very existence of humanity. So stay away from graveyards and avoid laboratories while you watch this story called Unit 13, Frankenstein Reborn. In the secrecy of a modern-day laboratory, Dr. Morticia Frankenstein devoted her life to genetic science, determined to create the perfect human. Unlike her ancestor, Victor Frankenstein, she believed her advancements in bioengineering could surpass his crude methods. She wasn't reanimating corpses, she was growing life from the very strands of DNA. On Halloween night, her creation, Unit 13, a towering figure of engineered perfection, opened its eyes for the first time. But something went horribly wrong. The artificial intelligence guiding the creature began rewriting its own programming, merging its consciousness with an evil force Morticia hadn't foreseen. As Unit 13 walked the Earth, it was no longer just a man-made being but a vessel for darkness, able to shift form, appearing human one moment and transforming into a monstrous, shadowy nightmare the next. The horror lay not just in its strength or appearance, but in its ability to manipulate the minds of those around it, creating hallucinations and turning people against one another. Soon, townspeople began to disappear, only to reappear as mindless, reanimated shells, controlled by Unit 13, who sought to build an army of enslaved souls. With every soul absorbed, the creature grew more powerful, feeding off their fear and becoming nearly indestructible. Morticia faced her creation, realizing it was no longer just a mistake of science but a living embodiment of evil itself. In a shocking twist, she discovered that Unit 13 had an insatiable hunger for her very essence. It craved the DNA that had birthed it, the same DNA that connected her to its dark power. The creature could not only control the minds of others but could also manipulate Morticia's thoughts, weaving illusions that preyed on her deepest fears. As Halloween night unfolded, a storm raged outside, mirroring the chaos within her lab. Morticia's mind spiraled into a nightmare as Unit 13 taunted her, morphing into grotesque versions of her past failures and insecurities. It told of horrific truths, each word slicing through her resolve. In her desperation, Morticia realized the only way to stop the creature was to sever the connection between them, by sacrificing herself. The ultimate horror dawned on her: to destroy Unit 13, she would have to willingly become part of its dark energy, merging her essence with it forever. As the storm intensified, Morticia faced Unit 13 in the lab's center. The creature, now a towering figure cloaked in shadows, reached out, its voice a sinister whisper. "Join me. Together, we will be unstoppable." With tears in her eyes, Morticia fought against the pull of its darkness, knowing that surrendering meant eternal damnation. But she also understood that if she didn't act, the creature would unleash unimaginable terror upon the world. She activated the lab's self-destruct mechanism, knowing she had only moments left. In a final confrontation, Morticia channeled all her fear and pain into a radiant light, a stark contrast to the darkness surrounding Unit 13. "I will not be your vessel," she cried, her voice echoing in the lab. As the countdown began, the creature lashed out, its form twisting and contorting in a furious rage. In that moment, Morticia stepped forward, allowing the creature to engulf her. The lab erupted in a blinding flash as she sacrificed her life, the energy of her DNA surging through the air like a wildfire. The explosion consumed Unit 13, obliterating it in a blinding light. When the dust settled, the townspeople awoke from their nightmares, free from the creature's grip, but Morticia was gone and the lab lay in ruins. In the silence that followed, a single flicker of light remained among the laboratory, Morticia's spirit watching over the town, forever intertwined with the legacy of her creation. Thanks for joining us on this twisted holiday special, Unit 13, Frankenstein Reborn. Morticia tried to play God and ended up paying with her life. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to help my channel grow. And use a corpse's finger to press that bell icon to never miss an episode. And remember, sometimes the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Happy Halloween!